Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new podcast. In today's encounter, we are going to have the following topic: how to be happy despite problems. And regarding this, we are going to talk a little bit about psychology and also regarding what the sages have advised throughout time in order to achieve happiness. The philosophers who have written so much on this topic. One of the first things that we have to understand is that happiness could be um, affected by two important factors. One is our relationship with the exterior, and the second one is our relationship with the transcendent, with the infinite, with God. And usually, or in most of the cases, for most of the people, happiness for them could depend or is based on lower levels of consciousness, which is based on our relationship with the exterior, meaning for some people, happiness is based on praise that they could get from the exterior. Oh, you are so successful. You are doing so good. You are so smart. Oh, your school qualifications, your results are awesome. You are such a great intellectual, philosopher, doctor, this, that, such a good husband, such a good wife. Okay, these things are important, but also if we want to reach the level of the real happiness, you have to realize that your happiness cannot depend exclusively on the praises that you get from someone else. Because the question is, the day people stop praising you, will you stop being happy then? Your happiness will just simply disappear? Meaning it's not real. It's just based on the exterior and it's not coming from your interior, meaning that happiness should come from a state of the heart in which you yourself are self motivated. And any praises that you get from others, yeah, could add to these, but shouldn't be able to crush or destroy your psychological and mental stability, your world, simply because someone else didn't praise you or said the words that you wanted to hear. And for other people, happiness disappears when people criticize them. Criticism. Oh, they said such and such things about me. Gossip, bad things. This is not true. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling sad. I'm not happy. I'm not this. I'm starting to believe what people are saying about me, this and that. This shouldn't be the case. Like a great sage one time said, a great philosopher, that when criticism and praise does not affect you, then you can say that you have raising your levels of consciousness. Meaning that either if you receive criticism or if you receive praise, that shouldn't affect you. Because if you get too much praise, then your ego will grow. And if you get too much criticism and you then let yourself to be affected by that, then you will get depressed, sad, no motivation, no desires for anything. You probably won't find any meaning in anything that you do. So basically, you're just allowing people to decide on your happiness. You are not taking responsibility for yourself, and you're allowing others to decide your states of mood. And that shouldn't be the case. You have to take responsibility for yourself, and it's your decision to be happy despite whatever happens in the outside, if people praise you or criticize you. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Criticism, maybe you don't like it, but perhaps they are saying the truth. Maybe it's false, but even evil, bad things, from that you can extract the energy to transform it into good and the motivation to move forward, to slap people in their faces without giving them a real slap. Meaning that if they say bad things about you, then you will work hard in your life to shut their mouths without even, you know, it will be reflected, it will materialize. And also, something important regarding this is that if your happiness depends on exterior things, is something that is simply ephemeral, transitory. It will pass. It's not eternal. It just lasts for some time. It's like someone else also thinks that I'm going to the university, I'm going to get a degree, and I will be happy. And then that day comes, you get the degree, a piece of paper, and then you're not happy anymore. You don't feel nothing. You feel empty. You are not motivated because you wrongly assume that happiness is in achieving or getting a piece of paper, or just for my parents to say, "Oh, look at my kid. How smart. He or she is this or that degree or that." Nonsense. You are trying just to please your parents. What about you? What do you feel inside? Does this really make you happy? Or you did it because of your parents to say, "Look, such a good guy, such a good girl." If that's the case, then your life, I don't think that's you're not gonna achieve any happiness because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for someone else. Basically, you're living someone else's dreams, and that shouldn't be the case. Each individual in this world who has a soul came with his or her own purpose, his or her own mission. My path is not yours, and yours is not mine. So, you have to do something that is meaningful for yourself. And when you do what is meaningful, then you will be happy. But it shouldn't be or depending on my parents, your parents, or something from the outside, because happiness must come from the inside. You have to look inside of you, into the spiritual that is inside of you, your soul, which is a part of God. Therefore, the real path towards real and eternal happiness should be the path towards the infinite, towards God. And at that level, when you are constantly just focusing on reaching that kind of transcendental level of a meaning in life, neither good, neither evil can affect you. Because in the lower levels of consciousness, when good things happen, people are happy. When bad things happen, then people are sad. And then basically their happiness is just based on circumstances, on whatever happens to them. But at a higher level, the good and the bad doesn't exist because you have transcended both of them. You're concentrated on God. And if evil strikes, then you see evil not as evil but as good, because you are thinking that God is testing you for something good that will happen in your life. And if good happens, then you will be happy anyways. Therefore, it's a state of mind, it's a change in your mentality, the way you see things. This is the way it is. It's like the great philosopher Epictetus, who was a slave in Rome. Later he was also the professor, the teacher of the emperor Marcus Aurelius, who was another great philosopher. Epictetus said that things will affect you dependent on your state of mind. How you think that this will have an effect on you, then that's what will happen. If something bad happens to you and you assume how you react to that is how it will affect you psychologically. So it's not people's actions that hurt you, it's how you react to people's actions what could damage you physically, mentally, emotionally. It's not because someone else did this and that. No. Is the how much importance or meaning, significance, how you interpret events, things that happen in your life is what could bring you down or make you happy or give you the strength to move forward. Always remember, do not base your happiness on the exterior, on praises from someone else or criticism. You're simply just leaving your happiness in someone else's hands. They won't care. They're also busy on their own, looking their own meaningful lives or their own happiness. take responsibility for yourself. Look inside of you, connect with the divinity, with the infinite, with God, and then you will achieve and be in a constant state of ecstasy in which, yeah, bad things could happen, but they won't affect you because your state of mind is so strong, so much connected with the infinite, that you understand everything that happens. You see God everywhere, and you will always be in that state of pleasure, in that state of contemplation with the divinity, in which you know there is a purpose for everything. And then you will keep your state of balance. Your mind will be sound, and you will keep your happiness. This is the most important advice that I could give you today. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. God willing, we'll see each other in the next video or in the next podcast.